To the races you go. Do the work for me. I can't be bothered. I didn't get enough sleep. And I got one from Ender. There you go. That's the match I'm casting. All right. Because while I could sit there and cross-reference all the teams and who's playing who and what the rosters are like, that would take an awfully long time, and I don't want to delay people too much. So we'll just do it that way. Play it by ear. We'll wing it, or fin it. No, we can wing it, fin it, like infinite. And going back to the pilot things anyway. Let's see what we got. Someone just left. Hopefully this is okay. Let me rehost for myself on Atlas real quick, and I'll be right back. Just imagine saying Schlart. Schlart, 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 Schlart. Also correct. I think you're just saying random things that sound like pilots. Yeah, that's probably accurate. I say a lot of random things, especially when I'm mostly sleepless. Paul Schlart, EchoBot. All right, well, we'll see where this is going. Anyway, probably should adjust my overlays too. Maybe. In a moment. Let's see. Ender, Deller, Aiden. What's their team name? It's... Am I blind? Where is it? Seals. There we go. So the namesake, practically. Seals versus Splash. Splash being... Game, JL Graham, Diverting Rose, and Mr. Nate Bro. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, that's the matchup then. If I didn't mix up my connections a little bit. Yeah, Splash versus Seals. This is round 2, Swiss. All right, let me adjust that, so I'm going to be silent for another moment. Because why not?
Is this Chicago?
What, Graham?
Is this
Yeah,
Chicago?
this is Chicago. We have Pally in here as well. I invited Game and Napro. I don't have Diverting though.
Okay, there we go. I think I'm all settled. Anyway. Oh dear, we're at 15 viewers. Either I was right about the fact that people were tuning in from the end of the match and now they're leaving since they have matches to play, or I'm a worse entertainer than I thought and they just got bored. Maybe both. Splish splash. Splish splash indeed. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Woo! Rub-a-dub, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Also, another thing I wouldn't do in VR Maelstream. Alright, one more person and we're good to go. Seals on the left team, orange team, correct? Yes. Yes. Splash over on blue. Also, yes, we're good, I think. Also, because it's 100 degrees in here, I'm going to turn on my AC, my wall AC, and hopefully you guys on stream can't hear that. And if you can, too bad. Just kidding. See Deller waving at the Twitch stream there. 5-spotted dog also stopping in. Why, hello. Welcome to the stream for Seal League, aka Summer Echo Arena League.
Did you guys win your last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you win your last
Yeah.
one?
Yes, sir.
Point out that seal logo there. I think
Against Wit.
it's very reminiscent of that
Yeah, we
We
do.
went against
Pizza League logo a little bit. I think Wit even helped a little bit with this logo. Put the spots on the seal, if nothing else.
Why can't
Yeah,
I
let's
remember
get a good look at that logo.
Was Skitty there?
Let's get a
Let's
get a good look.
Yeah,
let's get a good look.
playing on the Swift S, I guess, and he was
Yeah, I know
hitting
he had
this.
some huge issues.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and then he dipped for like 20 minutes, and then we got him back. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's
Why
been
is this
having
lagging
issues
my
for, like,
OBS so hard? There we go. Perfect. All right. This is how we're gonna watch this match
We all ready to play?
because this is my
We all
channel
need one
Are we
more?
getting casted?
Yeah.
and I do what I want.
All ready?
All right, sick. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're ready.
Yeah, ready up.
All right, the teams are ready, so here we go. I may or may not hide this logo in a minute. Don't worry. I mean, worry a little bit. I don't know. It's chaotic. I'm enjoying the fact that I get to be laid back for once on one of these streams. I'm always so uptight. They always say, Palador, you gotta loosen up a little bit. Why you gotta be so try hard? I say, I don't know. It's in my nature. Can't tell. I'm getting very distracted with this logo. Sputnik enjoying the tone of my cast day. Well, great. I'm glad because this is the tone I want to set for VRML Season 2 coming tomorrow. Just kidding, but coming soon. Maybe tomorrow. This is actually how I'm going to train all our new casters to cast. All right, so here we go. It's first round of the second round of... See, it's always so confusing. There are too many names that are the same. Nonetheless, second round of Swiss, first round of this match of the second round of Swiss. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. There's a lot of holes in it, just like Swiss. But over here, it's going to be a save. And no holes in the defense, but getting knocked loose, the teeth loose, maybe a hole in the teeth as they look for that gap. It's Duller Ranger finding the clear, going for it right there off the bat into the blue end. There goes the light boost coming on through. Will be taken first by JL Graham, a.k.a. Jiggy. Jiggy, can't you see? Sometimes his moves just hypnotize me. As Duller Ranger goes for his flashy ways. But this is why they're broke and they're so paid. I think that's a lyric. Anyway, yeah. Over there, it's JL Graham taking the shot, I think, maybe. Either way, game. He's going to take it, and he's not going to miss at all.
Game would never.
Oh, maybe it was Mr. Nate, bro. Who knows? Whatever. Assist to Mr. Nate. See, like I said, I'm not worried about being accurate. This is Seal. This is Palador's channel. He does what he wants. He gets to show off how stir crazy he's gotten the last few weeks without matches to cast. It gets darker, just you wait. Anyway, over there it's Duller Ranger with that disc. First 3 points going in the favor of Splash. It was definitely a big splash from them. It was a big steal from them. There's game. They're not giving those opportunities. A good clear boost right into the reception and the dunk. Close range, 5 points. That was a nice play from Splash. Looking good. Let's see. Yep, upside down game playing upside. Yeah. Definitely a good handful of players these days that do that. I mentioned Lemming earlier, my former teammate, forever teammate in Eclipse. He was one of the... Well, he was definitely like the first one to kind of popularize that way back in the original seasons of competitive play, ESL and whatnot. Wasn't too long thereafter, though. Took a few months, but then you start seeing players on every team adopt at least one upside-down player, just to take advantage of defenses a little bit. You know, when you play on the ceiling like that, obviously you're forcing the defenses to have to crank their necks upwards. They have to reach up above their shoulders and arms all dangling. It's tougher to defend strikers coming in from that angle when they're upside down and on the ceiling. Because, yeah, they can just maneuver around with their hands at their hips, essentially, as they go for, hands on his hips, right through. It's Aiden, assisted by Ender. That was really nice. But, yeah, that's kind of the purpose of the whole upside down thing, aside of just being cool and unique. It does serve some actual purpose. It's much easier to maneuver when you're on the ground and anchored like on the ground compared to on the ceiling, just because of where your hands are. So if you use those control sticks to invert yourself, so whenever you're on a surface, you're always on the ground essentially. Yeah, that'd be the reason. Illuminate saying, Palador, can you say? Can I say Ches? What's that? Ender trying to defend this one against JL Graham. Also Cheese Louise as they try to score here in a breeze. It's Aiden. Nice deliveries from Ender twice in a row now on the passes. Brings it to within 1 point here. So, close game here. 4 minutes into the first round of this match between Seals and Splash. As we get a look at the logo once more. A game with a disc, JL Graham attached. There's Ender trying to defend it. Ender's definitely a very good player when it comes to that midfield play. He's tricky. It's one of his moves is he'll try and bait out these passes and things like that, where he'll look like he's diving at you, but then he'll just pressure the pass and actually use his great reflexes, just like that. See, right on cue. He just has a tendency to nab those really short range passes and clears right out of midair. He has great hands, and he's very aware. You know, just positioning himself in a place that enables him to get those kind of grabs. What am I doing? I'm getting too analytical. This is not a pro stream. I need to stop. Back to the singing and stuff. Anyway, diverting Rose. So I'm diverting my attention as Rose rises for the high clear, but high key on the shot. It's game. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the game. 8-4. But yes, streaming, everything's smooth on PC, Illuminate says. Oh, yeah, by its inherent nature, they do have higher frame rate, because Quest is what, 70 hertz, I believe, right? And 70 or 80 as that shot goes through. It's 90 for PC VR, for Rift and Rift S and such. But I mean, still, the Quest version, super impressive. I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but definitely I think Quest is very competitively viable. And as that shot goes through, that's very viable for Duller Ranger. You give him an open lane, he'll hit it without too much of an issue. 8-7 for Splash still. But Seals, they're keeping it close. 72 hertz, there you go. See, it was somewhere in the general area. And taking it over is Game now. Game once again with JL attached, just going for that clear and boost strategy, which is working out well. You know, obviously these teams again were formed via a almost a shot going in. Were formed via an auction, a players' draft auction of sorts, where captains were given a certain amount of money based on their competitive ranks, you know, master, gold, silver, from VRML. So they're given a certain amount of cash flow and spent it on the players. But yeah, because of these teams being not totally random, obviously, but mixed up anyways as they go for, oh, nice mix-up on that shot. Look at JL Graham getting jiggy with it. And it's 10-7. Just a couple backboard fakes going for the goal. Anyway, so I keep getting off track. Because of those randomized or mixed-up teams, it's not a bad idea to prioritize just the boosting a little bit more, the clears, the boosts. Because things like that is very mechanical, and players at this level, since all these players have either played in VRML or ESL as Game goes for another shot. But since all these players are definitely competitively familiar and skilled, and they have those mechanics, so they can really, even if they're lacking the team chemistry from being brand new teams, you can still just go for those clear and boosts with efficiency and rely on those mechanics over chemistry. And that's kind of what Splash is doing. Not to say that they aren't capable and attempting to make passes, but I mean, you know, if you can just break your opponent to pieces with the speed, then go for it. Speaking of, going for it again is Game. He's had a lot of these steals. There's another attempted clear and boost, but now kind of wisening to it. There's another there's another boost, rather, this coming in from the Seal side. Now it will remain on this side as diverting Rose. Just taking the bottom position, looking for that backboard pass. Mr. Nate, bro, and he's going to go, but Mr. Nate, no, off the pole. And now getting the rebound, recovery, but not the delivery. One more attempt, and game finally puts it home. And he is ready. Player one in round one. 1 minute, 38 seconds remaining in this first round. They're down by 7, but not out. So Duller Ranger rolling out here with a disc. They need to score rather quickly here if they want to have a chance at maybe still making a comeback, but recovered and cleared out by Splash's side. Now off that Pac-Man, be slung right back to the other end. Minute, 10 seconds remaining. Back to the blue side. It'll go up high in the pocket. And just trying to drop it back into the tunnel, but waiting there. Look, Ender again. Like I said, he knows where to be. Luckily, who else knows? It's Rose. Getting right in that shot lane. What could have been a great shot. Just missing that one. Game. Don't give him a second chance because he's going to make it. There it is. Game for the 16th point over on Splash's side. And indeed, he is in the splash zone right now. As we wind down this first round, 30 seconds remaining, 14 points to game, possibly 16. So one of those shots was a headbutt. Oh yeah, JL Graham's shot, that was right. So JL with 2 points, game with 14. Huge effort. Now Ender looking for one pass, slick one, and got one to end the round. At least a good way to build some team play in there going into the second. Ender definitely doing a great job on an assist. That's at least his third. Yeah, there you go. 3 assists. He's had some good ones, prioritizing team play. Meanwhile, for Splash, again, kind of prioritizing the stack play. And it's paying off in good fashion for them. So 16-9 in round one. There you go. Game is very good. Yeah, it definitely is. In fact, game reminds me a lot of Lemming in a way. Not just the upside down play, but I mean, okay, I guess it's a lot of the upside down play, but just very talented strikers. He is pretty much locked on, laser focus on that goal, and he is a huge volume scorer on any team that he is. Currently on Team Joker, going to be on Team Joker for Season 2. In Season 1, he played on Flare for VRML. Flare making it there to the post-regular season. Couldn't quite make it to the finals, however. Then in preseason, he played on, what was it? Inverted. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Game played on a team called Inverted in the preseason back in November and December. The reason their name was Inverted was because all the players on Inverted actually played inverted. They were all upside down. So that was a thing. I believe Duller was on that team as well. And who else? Mizuchi, I believe. Can't remember the fourth off the top of my head. It's been a while. But yes. Second round underway. Here we go. Schlart saying he's going to destroy game. I can't wait to see it. All right, so clearing off to the other side. See that green pigeon stopping by. Game has, yeah, one was a self goal. It was JL Graham with an anchored shot, went off the head of one of the defenders. So game has almost every point, but indeed he's doing some work. That last round, last match of this stream, as this attempt goes through, we saw, what was it, Clownfish. It was Zeus with 22 points, Saluna with 19 points. That was a big, talk about big striking efforts, offensive efforts. That was huge ones coming in from Clownfish and those two players. Meanwhile, over on Team Pluto, it was the two Ignite players, Franz and Far, with 10 points apiece. But that was then, and this is now. And we're warming up here on the stream. Vocal cords are warmed up, sort of. Actually, I'm admittedly, a little bit hoarse already. Like I said, it's been a few weeks. My voice forgot how to voice. My hands forgot how to cam. And I'm going to jam for that OG of a steal. It's Boss Money, like a boss, like a G, going for one more pass. There's Game. Oh, but just misses off the corner of the pole. We'll go right over to the Pac-Man area, taken back by Mr. Nate Bro. And Mr. Nate Bro trying to share the disc like a good brother, but could not, as it's going to be a steal going in for the Seals. Steal from Seal. This is Steel League. Steel League as we go here with some Zeal League. And trying to get themselves maybe one more goal. Well, first goal of this round, that is to say, Mr. Nate Bro again having it stolen by a Duller Ranger this time. Duller looking for that mid lane clear, goes to the mid indeed as the stacks go and converge on each other just about the same time. Going back to the tunnel, recovered here by Duller Ranger. One more time, going for the pass over to Ender. Ender looking across, another assist perhaps going over, but saved by Game. Not only the defense, or the offense, but the defense as well, doing it on both ends of the floor. Game showing why he is a master caliber player for sure. Now there's Aiden. And Aiden will be indeed Aiden, his teammate. Duller Ranger with the assist to him. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Illuminate asking, do you suggest having someone playing upside down on the team always? Is it a good idea to have someone playing upside down one of your strikers? Yeah, is it required? I wouldn't think so. I mean, most teams you'll see, quite a few teams who've been playing it for a while do generally have one inverted player, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a hardcore, necessity, but it's handy if you're good at it. The thing is too, there is a degree of, muscle memory, map memory. Once you turn upside down, even though the map is mostly symmetrical, it isn't entirely symmetrical. So there is actually a bit of adjustments to be made if you do switch from, playing right side up for weeks or months, however long you're used to it, and then you switch it upside down. There is a bit of an adjustment period just figuring it out. Another tough part about playing upside down is the fact that it changes the way you have to come with your teammates. If you're used to saying, to your teammates that a pass is going left or right, or I'm here or there. Obviously, the upside down player, their left and right is a bit different, so you got to communicate it a bit differently. For some teams, like when I was on Eclipse, and I had in season 2 of ESL, season 2 and season 3, I had 2 upside down players between Lemming and Simeon. What we did and what a lot of teams do, I think, is we go for good passing play and almost a recovery. So hold that thought as they're trying to get a hold of the disc. There's Ender with the clear, and it's gonna go back off to the blue side again, so maybe I can continue my thought now. But we would come basically, like how ships, they have, I can't even, I went with a ship reference, but I don't actually remember the names. You have, port and starboard, I think, as Duller Ranger makes a goal there, 6 points here for Seal. But basically you'd have it so one side was always a certain name. So instead of right, it was, whatever. And instead of left, it's also whatever. Port, starboard, you just make up kind of standardized names for them. So there's a lot of factors to going into playing upside down. It's not like a one-to-one thing where you can immediately adjust to it. But it does come in handy if you're a striker, being able to just come down on a goalie from above, make it harder to save. Anyway, back to the gameplay, I suppose, because there's stuff going on. Here's a take by Ender and Boss Money. Boss Manny Swag Hacker. Oh yeah, that Boss Money is Schlart, I do believe. That's right. I'm just remembering he changed his name, so Boss Money Swag Hacker 4, aka Schlart. Up until recently. All right. So Mr. Nate Bro going to Diverting Rose. Diverting Rose having it stolen just briefly, knocked out of the hands. And able to recover it is Duller Ranger. So JL Graham going for the punch and the light leech, getting some mobility underway and taking back his game. But good steal from Ender yet again. Ender definitely making me look good on the commentary end as he looks really good on the scoring end. So good steal yet again from Ender, showing that he is a very, very good defender. And then going off the backboard. And Swift now raiding with a party of 8. Well, hello, Swift and party of 8. This is a party indeed. It's a party that's great. I'm Dr. Seuss today. As I mentioned earlier, if you're expecting any kind of pro cast, do not. This ain't VRML. I'm just having fun. I guess. I don't know. We're all having fun here. This is the second round of the Seal League. In this Swiss Cup, there's 5 rounds of this cup. We're currently in the second. Also the second round of this match. So 3:36 remaining in that. First round was taken by Splash. Right now, the second round looking like it might be taken by Seals at this rate. We'll see. But here we go. Game taking the disc over. And looking for another clear, another boost perhaps between Game and JL. That's been really the go-to strategy. Again, not normally teammates. And looking for, oh no, Game. See, I know you're a Joker player now, but you can't just pull out the Joker trains that quickly. It's a matter of, it takes time. You got to work your way up to the Joker train. But he went for it. Will be a shot attempt perhaps going off the bottom and into the hands instead of Game again. But there's once more the stack, the clear and the boost from JL, Graham, and Game. Just the huge speed coming through over and over. It's really bought them a lot of success in round 1, but so far in round 2, they're just being shut out at 0 points. All 8 going in favor of the orange team of Seals. Now there is Game again. I mean, you can see the speed is at least getting them the recoveries. They're first to the disc quite often. And there they are again, but see the overshoots now. So a missed opportunity there. They could have potentially scored on an open 3. Might still get it though. There's Game and last second save from Aiden. Aiden once again, Duller Ranger. Just checking in front, checking behind, recognizing the stack of his coming down the floor. So will be taken by Ender, and he gets the score. There's 10 points. That was nicely done from everyone involved there. You saw a Duller Ranger with a disc over in the tunnel. He was checking in front, checking behind, kind of seeing how much time he had to work with and where everyone was positioned. And he saw that his stack there was coming down the floor, so he went for that ceiling shot because, you know, even if the shot itself missed, he already saw that he had the stack coming up, and indeed, Ender was able to get there and just walk it right inside to the goal. So wise maneuvering there from Duller Ranger, another longtime player, as is everyone here, of course, as it's Game. He's on course for a shot, going for an encore of round 1. 33 viewers, what is this? I don't like it. I was looking for a laid-back cast. I don't want to try hard. There. Just look at the logo for a minute. This is what you walked into. This is the kind of theme I want for this stream, okay? Anyways, we're going to go off here. It's Duller Ranger, 1 minute remaining. Their team looking like they're going to force this third round. And indeed, Duller Ranger with that disc again, losing it just briefly. But also, welcome to the stream. I do appreciate you guys. As we go for a very, very appreciated shot. This is what Game does. This is what he's done for a long time. Thing about Game is he came in to VRML. I don't want to say an unknown because he wasn't, but the thing is Game was an original player from 2017 PC days. I'm not sure if he played in beta or not. Can't quite remember for sure. I'm 90% sure he did. But he was definitely there in the release window when it came out in July 20th, 2017. And Game was one of the first players, period, in Echo Arena, who was actually able to hit shots, long-range shots, I should say. Because back in the day, right on cue, it's Game,
Good round.
bringing it right back to within 1, but the game is the match. Sorry, the round. There you go. That's the word. It's almost over, and now it is. So it will be a third round indeed. But Game was one of the first and only players, honestly, in all of Echo Arena who could actually hit three-pointers from way beyond the bubble. Because back in those days, yeah, range wasn't much of a thing. Passing wasn't even much of a thing. Obviously, it's a different case now for a lot of the Quest users coming in, showing great skill and also learning mighty quick, and they have a lot of resources to look at. All kinds of different videos, getting popular. I know saw Swift in there. He made a helpful tutorial video. I know Venom, one of the other players here today, in Seal, had his videos getting popular. I know even my videos, I haven't advertised them whatsoever, and they're old at this point, quite frankly. But even they've gotten several thousands of new views the last month or two since Quest came out. Those old tutorial videos. So there's a lot of resources out, and people improving faster and learning faster. But Game, the OG. Just doing what he's done all along. He took a break in there somewhere where he kind of disappeared from Echo Arena for a period of time, around 2019, 18, 19, somewhere in that area. But then he came back for VRML and It's like he never left. In fact, he only got better. And there you go. Schlart in the chat stopping by real quick saying, told you I would destroy game. Again, Schlart is in the game right now. He's Boss Money Swag Hacker 4. That's Schlart. So indeed, in the second round, they did in fact destroy just a bit, as they do destroy with some punches, but there's game and getting it back just the same. Same game and good game so far from all involved. Going into a third round for the second consecutive time on stream, but a good grab from Duller Ranger. We saw that from him a lot in the last couple rounds, so Duller showing his defensive propensity as well as they go for some brawling, so there's some offensive intensity as JL Graham cannot quite find the connection and instead taking it off the deflection and now going for a shot, but another one rolling off the pole. So will be Ender with a clear, potentially even a shot. Actually, it's going to be pretty close, but just rolling off the back of the side of the backboard, sideboard, either or. Passing it off to JL Graham, aka Jiggy, and going for the pass over to his teammate on the bottom of the floor there, Mr. Nate Bro, unable to get the disc. Game is, but gets stunned out by Aiden. So Aiden not afraid to just dole out some punches game's way, as Ender gets stunned out as well. So some good defense being played here. And a lot of brawls really a factor. But recovering, the goal is open, but couldn't convert on that one, slightly off. And recovered here by Duller Ranger. So Duller going over to Ender over on the side wall. They're going to look for that slow approach. Game, or actually, Ender to Aiden. Don't know why I said game. I knew I was going to say Ender, but I said game anyways. Ender's had, what, 4 assists now, but he's been really prioritizing the passes. He's been looking good on them. That's 4 assists for him so far, as well as 4 saves. Big stat line. But yeah, Ender is definitely, he's known as a very, very talented and elite level striker. He's also a very good defender, though, and as you can see here, a very willing passer. He's been doing a good job across the 3 rounds to try and distribute to his team. So Mr. Nate Bro, now he's going to distribute himself into the goal. Mr. Nate goal. And that's tied up here. But yeah, for Ender, even in the first round that the Seals lost, Ender was still prioritizing those passes. He had 2 or 3 of them. So even when they're losing or when they're winning, going for the passing play, trying to kind of bring over a little bit of that Illuminati style that we've seen from Ender in preseason and season 1 of the RML. You know, Illuminati being a team that's very, very good with the team play and the passing, as someone letting out an Ooga Booga on the other end of the floor. But will be retained, but the shot just missing. Almost a beautiful hit off that grab. Now Illuminate looking, saying he wants to go play now. See, that's the thing about these competitive matches. Every time I cast them too, they always give you the desire to play instead of watching. So I understand. Go and be merry. Also see Yellow Man over there saying what's up a little earlier. What's up? Sorry, I'm not keeping up with chat again. I don't know. See, this is what happens. I saw the 30 viewers and then I decided that, oh no, I gotta be tryhard caster and focus on the match. I wasn't trying to, so I'm sorry. I meant for this to be a very casual stream. I basically woke up off of 2 hours of sleep into it. I'm feeling decently awake now, though, but I don't know. I haven't streamed on my own channel in basically 2 years, I think, or a year and a half. Last time I streamed, I think, was Beer League for one or two weeks a year ago, and then prior to that, I hadn't streamed for another 1 or 2 years. So it's not often I get to just stream on non-tryhard channels. As Duller Ranger goes for a tryhard shot. No, not real. It was a very good shot. From Duller, 5 points up here in round 3. Still about 6 minutes remaining. Beer League. Did I say it funny, or is it just because I said it? See, for VRML, I usually don't say Beer League. Just because, you know, family channels, whatnot. Just keep it to Community League. But again, this ain't a professional cast. I don't know what I'm doing. Nonetheless, a shot attempt will be taken. Just barely missed here. 5:27 remaining. Game getting that disc, and there's the ever-reliable stack from JL Graham and Game. Will be Game one. Oh, look at that beautiful shield on himself. Game doing it all. This is one of the few moments, I shouldn't say few moments, but this is one of the moments I actually do wish I had instant replay enabled for this stream. Because that was just a gorgeous set of moves from Game. Not only got the boost into the recovered disc, he was aware enough to shield himself from that punch to stun out the defender, and then he got the goal. He did a little bit of everything on that play. And as he does it again here, there's Game and Graham. A Gameogram with the delivery. It's a telegram from Game. Going up now by a point off some back-to-back scores. So 6-5 for Splash. How about that? 43. This is VRML. This channel. That's what this is. Actually, I assume that's because the other matches once again are ending. So hello again to all you other people coming off your seal matches. We're about to seal this one off. As you can see, it's the third round matchup yet again on this stream. So we've had back-to-back ones, good competitive matches as is expected here. Going for the shot. It's 1 point back up for Seals, courtesy of Duller, assisted by Boss Money Swag Hacker 4, aka Schlart. Swift asking if I have SoundCloud. No. You know who does have a SoundCloud? Jay Walker from Team Joker. Lil Paper Stick. Why do I need a SoundCloud? For my elite beats that I make? Which is to say I don't. Yeah, I can beatbox, but that's about it. Strem has a SoundCloud as well. He actually makes some good stuff. For sure, as almost a good shot, but it will be a stuff from Aiden. He's had several of them. Able to get that. The goalie was were attempting to be assaulted there by the offense. I mean, I could make a SoundCloud, but I don't know. Anyway, Duller Ranger. Now he's going to be in the deep range for the 3, and it's up by 4 points now for Seals. They still have a few minutes left here in this third round. Been a tight game. I did make a new or upload a new TikTok last night. If you happen to want to see 150% speed Rap God, I finally uploaded that on a whim yesterday. And I guess for reference too, that's usually my casting warm up. How I avoid getting tongue tied and try and stay more creative. I just do fast raps. They're essentially like tongue twisters, right? If they're fast enough. So there's your casting pro tip, I guess. Game with a disc getting it stolen by Aiden. There's 2 minutes left here in the third round. It's a 4-point match. Diverting Rose, looking for that pass nicely up to Game. Game from the bow tie, trying to dodge through, maneuver. Good fakes. 1 fake, 2 fake, no mistake. Except that shot, maybe, but another take and grabbing it, and it's a 2-point game in the pot. Mr. Nate Burrow with another goal, and oh brother, it's a great match here in the third round. Less than 2 minutes remaining, 2 points differential. Anyone's match. Zeus for president. Seal logo. And back to the match here. 1 minute 30 remaining on the clock. Every score here is so important. There's the pass out over to Game. Game in the tunnel, looking to cause some trouble. That is as Duller Ranger and Aiden just recover into the goal, trying to defend it. So could tie it up. A pass right beneath JL for the backboarded goal off the anchor again. He had one there in the first round. He had one here in the third. Very similar, but this one of utmost importance to bring themselves up to the tie. Could we be looking at an OT? Maybe. We'll see. So tied up hype. See Zenith in the chat. We see 40-some viewers in the chat, or at least on the Twitch. Welcome to Palador ML Channel 1, I guess, as we go for the pocket play. Will be Game taking that. Now he's been heroic in his efforts on the whole as they go for a goal, but it's Schlart, a.k.a. Boss Money now, taking it away, going for that clear into the opposite zone. And easily recovering will be Diverting Rose. So 26 seconds left, and at this point, any score that does happen will be a likely game winner. Indeed it will. So here we go. It's going to be Ender with that disc. He's going to look for a pass, but good defense coming in hot. Now Mr. Nate Bro looking for the mid lane clear. Maybe one very timely stack can get them to the other end. The goal is actually open, so could it be? It's Jiggy for a passing play. 4 seconds left, diverting Rose, and they're going to rise for the game-winning shots at the very end. Diverting Rose to game, and it's a game ender on Ender and his team. 29 points for game off a crucial assist from Diverting Rose. What a match that was.
Good game.
15 high for a dollar on the other side, and 5 assists for Ender. 4 saves apiece for a dollar in boss money as well. Aiden with 3 saves, 8 points, 3 steals. Going over to Splash though. Again, that near 30-point effort from game. Ridiculous. 7 saves. Ridiculous. 28 stuns. Average. But JL Graham, 50 stuns. Ridiculous. As well as 2 steals, 2 saves, and a couple points. Mr. Nate Bro with 4 points, 1 assist, 3 steals, 24 stuns, and then Diverting Rose with a pair of assists and saves, and 16 stuns. So there's your game, set, match. And that was pretty lit. Like a match. Anyway, there. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun one. Indeed. Rhino is here. Say hello. Well, hello, Rhino. His new teammate there coming into VRML Season 2. Showing that he is seasoned 2. Getting the game-winning goal. Alright, so with that, let me once again mute myself or whatever. And readjust. Figure out what's going on. Actually, maybe we'll just do it like last round, because, again, I don't really know these teams' rosters by heart exactly, so I'm just kind of going with the flow, maybe. Actually, looks like there's still a few matches, 3 matches left that haven't been input on the score, or 4, actually, so we may have time to spare yet, so never mind. Now I can actually catch up with the chat. A little bit. Yeah, Dollar stopping in there, saying down to the last second. That it was. Really fun. There's Boss Money Swag Hacker 4, a.k.a. Schlart. I gotta say, whether it's Schlart or Boss Money Swag Hacker 4, like, both are tongue twisters in their own way. I have to say them really fast. You can't help yourself, can you? Boss Money Swag Hacker. Boss Money Swag Hacker. Boss Money. That. See, I can't do it. I can do Rap God, but I can't do that. Boss Money Swag Hacker Schlart. Schlart. Whatever. Alright, so I'm just gonna go catch up a little bit. Supreme Bun stopping in there a little bit earlier. Hello, Small Pupper. You can see VTS again, Lanzan as well. Gracchus? How do you say your name, sir or madame? Gracchus. Let's see, we got, there's Zenith, Dippin' Dots. Those are tasty. That game was tasty. YOLO Man saying, yeah, let's go Splash. And they went all right. You're gonna have Evil Lefty there, Rhino. I still, after all this time, I still can't help but say Ryan Rhino. Why did you change your name? I must ask. It's like changing from Ryan Rhino to just Ryan or just Rhino after what 2.5 years, whenever you changed it. That'd be like if you changed Team Joker's name to just Joker. Like you can't have one without the other. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can. You did, but. Okay, so how do I pronounce it? That was fairly okay. Did I need to put like more phlegm on it maybe? Like Gracchus, something like that? I don't know. Just let me know. I like getting people's names right. Kaznaz also stopping by in there. Kaznaz, just talking about Kaz a little bit earlier. And the fact that he's the undisputed champion, I guess, apparently, of Gorilla Tag thus far. Also a Echo Combat champion, but as I always mention in the cast. But yes, Gorilla Tag. I was mentioning earlier that haven't played it yet. I want to. Apparently, Kaznaz is good at it, so something to check out for sure. I know people are having a lot of fun with that. Saw some clips. And I know Lemming's been working hard on that over the months. Kaz is way too good at that, says Swift. I bet you, surely Ryan must be good at it, right? Surely. I mean, Ryan's already kind of the crab walker of Arena, at least. So I can only imagine he must be decent at it too. But yeah, I definitely got to play it sometime. But as I was kind of mentioning earlier, I haven't actually played a lot of VR in general, or gaming in general, over the last several weeks. I don't know, just kind of been... When I've had the energy to do stuff, it's been, you know, other stuff that I'm supposed to do. So, you know, gaming has fallen to the wayside just a little bit. That's okay, because I live vicariously through the casts and stuff. Mr. Nate Bro stopping by off that great match we just saw. Big plays for days from Mr. Nate. Nate the Great. All right, so checking out the brackets once again, just seeing what the situation is. Looks like we're waiting on one more match to finish up, or at least to get the scores recorded. Cybernetics versus Killer Orca Pod. So once that's over, we'll be going into the third round of this Swiss tournament. 3 out of 5 rounds. Schlart says game equals destroyed. Yes, 29 very strong points from game. Chucky Joseph asking for the stats. I pulled them up at the end of the round, but I can do it again. I'm a man of the people after all. Oh, look at that. There's all zeros. There you go. That helped. Yeah, stats got wiped because of a restart. Match had actually ended like a little while ago. But game had 29 points there. Trying to remember other stats, but they're slipping my mind, so just forget it. I didn't talk. But yeah, so nothing left for you on that end. For VRML stuff, like you might have noticed it in the finals a few weeks ago, we do have Ignite's stat tracker going to be at play, which by extension also means we have the ability to actually we'll have the ability to keep the stats between restarts and crashes and things like that for Season 2 of VRML. So that'll be definitely a nice thing to have on the streams. Won't have to deal with wipe stats anymore. So definitely appreciation to Ignite. Yeah, there were a lot of assists from everyone really, but there were a lot of assists from multiple people. I know over on the orange side it was Ender with like 5 or 6 assists. Had a lot of good ones. But the biggest assist of the day, no doubt, diverting Rose to game at the very end. Just denying what was almost going to be an overtime with that last second goal. So, it was nice. Very nice. And Swift adding VTS over there. With the Hearts, VTS, a member, or I suppose former member of Ignite. Still obviously tight with Ignite, but perhaps not on the playing roster going into Season 2, which made me a little bit sad, I won't lie. A lot bit sad. All right, so looking at it. Oh, we do have the new brackets. Once again, no idea who or what I'm casting, to be honest. So if anyone happens to be listening and you're going to be playing in this next round here, go ahead and toss me an invite. First come, first serve. Ideally from a team that I haven't streamed yet. But yeah, there's so many teams here. I think, what, 19 teams. A little bit hard. Like, I don't want to delay by going over the rosters and kind of trying to figure out, you know, who I should or shouldn't stream. So basically, just someone invite me, please. Otherwise, I'll have to figure out another way. Oh, there you go. Got one from Mozzie. Haven't streamed them yet. So there we go. Invite sent. Mozzie is the winner, I suppose.